This is Hannibal here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube with a wrestling news update for you. The Undertaker returned to WWE last night, appearing on NXT. Basically, WWE is working heavily with TNA right now. They may end up buying the company. They definitely have a vested interest in TNA. And the TNA champion right now is a WWE contracted wrestler named Trick Williams. The rating, let's talk about the good first of all. The rating for NXT featuring The Undertaker was up this week. 747,000 viewers and a 0.16 rating. They were in a 5,000 seat music hall. They had about 1,400 fans in the building, which I think the regular performance center shows. I think that place is only holds about 250 and tickets are free. So they were at a music hall in Houston, had about 1,400 fans. So Undertaker came in and basically beat up the TNA champion. He hasn't wrestled for 5 years. So he comes in and he beats up the TNA champion, just like they had Randy Orton beat up the TNA champion at WrestleMania when it was Joe Henry. And he's pretty much lost all of whatever momentum he had since then. But I don't know what the point is really. I mean, they got a rating, but for instance, I've never seen this Trick Williams guy before. I've heard the name. The only reason I watched or skimmed through this segment was to see The Undertaker because I used to be a big Undertaker fan. And it's like, oh, well, The Undertaker beat this guy. The guy got no offense in. So it didn't do anything to make me want to see this other guy anymore. But it's always cool to see The Undertaker do stuff. Although I do think it's been a mistake with The Undertaker. He is a bit whipped with his wife. And all the stuff that they show with him and his wife kind of really kills off the intimidatingness and mystique that the Undertaker used to have. The president of TNA, Carlos Silva, talks a lot about wanting a $10 million TV deal. There hasn't been any TNA ratings for the actual TNA show itself released this year, which means they're probably getting under a 0.01 rating. There was 2024 ratings out where they would usually get between 0.01 and 0.02 according to Grok, which is about half what AEW Collision gets. So I think if they do get some type of $10 million TV deal, it's definitely going to be with the connections and help of WWE that they get the deal. And one thing I'll address before I go, some people are like, "Oh, why don't you have sympathy for Buff Bagwell who drove on meth and Valium and 5 years later he says he lost his legs due to I guess complications by that. He's a known liar, so I won't believe anything he says exactly. But I'm not going to feel guilty for someone that put everyone's life at risk, ended up crashing into a place, and from what he said from his own mouth, caused about $300,000 worth of damage from driving on uppers and downers. I'm sorry, I got no sympathy for that. He was a total piece of crap in my dealings with him. And for everyone that says he's so nice, give me examples of what he's done for other people. Because I definitely got a message from his ex-girlfriend a few years ago telling me he was abusing her. Uh, my personal dealings with him, he was a total dick. And recently, only a couple months ago, he said Marty Jannetty was going to be the next wrestler to die. It ended up being Sabu. And what kind of asshole tells another wrestler you're going to be the next to die? And then meanwhile, this guy loses his leg. He's getting karma, and I feel zero sympathy for him. And I take anything what he says with a grain of salt. So that's my views on that. I stopped wrestling too because there's too much of it and it is all blah. Jeremy, I agree with you. It's so much talking. And again, what does this do? It's great to see Undertaker, as I said. But what does this do? He hasn't been inside of a ring in a match for 5 years, and he comes in and he beats up one of your champions. Okay. Please tell me how you guys are such great bookers again, because I don't get it.